let's get going though. Let me quickly set up the overlay. It's Anima versus Remind. Alright, let me quickly fix this. Human, Night Elf, blue and red. And there we go. Need to know the score though. Because I think they played one game already. It's another quarterfinal right now. What's the score on the website? Nope, it's not. .420 minus 3 zeros equals 120. Illuminati confirmed. Oh yeah, pretty much. That's the Archmage, and that's the Warden for Remind. That's nice. It's 1-0 for Remind. Thank you, understand. There we go. 1-0 for Remind so far. Was to be expected, I guess. Let's see how this continues. Probably a 2-0 for Remind, because I'm pretty sure that he's just on a different level compared to Anima. But let's see. Maybe Anima can surprise us as well. Wasn't it a best of 9? Who would want to play that many serious games? Yeah, true, playing like best of 9 of serious games, it's kinda exhausting, I guess. I don't know. I'll still check out this games myself, I guess, of 1-0 versus TH. At least some of those. Alright, there we go. The Remind doing is pretty beautifully with getting the lightning shield on the archer. This gonna have a nice time creeping this. Anima actually going for an instant expansion here, and I think my in-game sound is actually a bit too loud. Guess that's better. Anima now going for an expansion straight away, so I guess he just wants to be able to push before Warden hits level 3, which is definitely a nice thing to do. Ring plus 3, definitely not the item that the Warden wanted. Pendant of Energy or Ring of Regeneration would have probably been best. Boots would have also been nice, but Ring is probably the worst. Let's see what Anima is gonna do with this. He will be able to set up his expansion as soon as he has a 385 gold. No defense here for him though, so that is also somewhat risky. He has to be able to apply enough pressure. He saw the Wisp. If he can get it, that's his level 2, but Remind is aware of it. He still gets it though. That's a big deal. That's a pretty big deal, because if Remind would have detonated that Wisp, Anima wouldn't have gotten level 2 for a long time. And yeah, also nicely pulling this onto the Ancient of 4. That's also nice. And he's actually doing some work here. He won't be able to steal Mercs anyway. He doesn't have the resources for it. So no chance for him to get the Troba Circuit there. So Remind will actually have a pretty strong army there. In the end, pulling the expansion creep was actually not worth it for Anima, it seems like, because he got 2 footmen ensnared because of it, losing 1 because of that, and maybe another one as well. No, it seems like it only got ensnared, so that's good. But Archmage is already in trouble. Yes, the Shadow Strike for that Warden. That's another footman dead. Angel 4 coming up here as well. So Anima actually had to call Militia to get rid of it, which means that he has no more lumber at all right now, but the expansion is already finished, so that's also pretty good for him right now. The thing is, can he capitalize well enough on this? Remind is still not teching. It seems like he wants to go for a tier 1 counter expansion first, with getting a rather light tech, and that ensnare is quite unfortunate for Remind. Gonna lose a Troll Shadow Priest, but that Archmage is also in quite some trouble. Might actually have to use his TP. Nope. Remind doesn't want to commit to it, which is also a better call right now, I guess. He just needs to get this creeping, then get the level 3, and then he can do a lot. Footman is definitely gonna die. There's no way for him to run away from the Warden. But the Ancient of 4, if that one dies, it would actually hurt Remind quite a bit. He swapped aggro though, so the Ancient of 4 needs to survive if possible. If he loses that one, it would really hurt him a lot. Okay, it is gonna survive, so that's nicely done by Remind here. Still no tech though.
The town is under siege.
That's rather weird. Because he could definitely attack already. So it seems like he still wants to invest a lot more into some tier 1 kind of stuff. Boots now for the Archmage. But he's only level 2, he doesn't have a good chance of really creeping anything because he's just too low on lumber. He will still try to at least creep something though, it looks like. He also doesn't have a shop yet. And he's just quite vulnerable right now. Anima needs like another 1 or 2 minutes to really capitalize, get some proper defense going and all that. But until he has that, that would be Remind's time to strike. Getting his tech now. Expansion as well, and the shop. Expansion will be cancelled though. That is for sure at this point. Arcane Tower perfectly finishing in time, that's nice for Anima. So it's actually not looking too bad for Anima for now, I would say. It's actually looking quite decent. But oh, well, talking about that, that's also a Remind was attacking later. He still wanted to get a lot of stuff done on tier 1. Pulling the creeps away with the Troll Shadow Priest, now getting more mercs. He kind of messed it up though because he was busy microing something else, I think. So he actually got him a bit later, so they actually took quite some damage. But now with those mercs he can easily kill off the Arcane Tower. Even if he can't necessarily kill it off, he can just kill all of the workers. He can just ignore the Arcane Tower, it doesn't matter. Well, it does matter on his Troll Shadow Priest right now, they actually get hurt a lot by it. But on the Warden it doesn't anymore, there we go, Arcane Tower is gone, and there's so many peasants here right now that are completely exposed. There's a militia train coming in, but will that be enough to save him? In the meantime, Anima is applying quite some pressure with his main army here. The question is, will it be enough, because his expansion is completely exposed and there's pretty much nothing that Anima can do right now to save it except for TPing. And it seems like he still doesn't want to do that. Remand also has an easy time defending with that staff, but his Hunter's Hall will be cancelled as well, it looks like. Tree of Life might be coming up, depending on if enemy has scouts it or not. But Remind's still doing a lot of work here. Militia train is coming in, but Remind can just run away from the militia train and then run back in again as soon as they're gone. And this is also heavily delaying Anima's tech. He could go for attack right now, but then he would maybe just die on tier 1. And there's more mercs for Remind. Anima got the Mud Golem though, that is a pretty big deal, as well as the Troll Berserker. So it's really good for him. There's a Dispel for its slow though. So that is gone again. It's actually back up again already though. Hunter's Hall, it seems like that one might be going up. Could also still get cancelled now, if Anima wants to commit to it. And this is actually looking pretty damn decent for Anima so far. I mean, then again, all of his units are AFK and he's not properly using it anymore. The pressure is just too much for him, he can't handle everything right now. He's just lacking some multitasking there, I guess. And Remind in the meantime, he's just getting more wisps. He got his Hunter's Hall cancelled, so no Ancients of Law for him. But he's getting a Tree of Life here. He's getting quite some unit pickup still, level 4.3 Warden already. And still no defense at the expansion here, Anima getting that first. Now finally getting resources with his workers again. They were idling for a long time there. But that Warden is still quite a big threat. Footman actually doing some more work here, which is quite nice. But now it will be over quite soon. It looks like that Tree of Life will not get cancelled anymore. There's no way of Anima still cancelling that one. So counter expansion for Remind will be going up. Anima still, he's completely messing up his economy. Losing so much lumber income, having idle workers, having far too many in gold mine. He just cannot handle the pressure right now. It's just too many things for him to take care of. But still, he's doing a nice job at least with the pressure here. But that will be over in a few moments now, because Warden has mana, she's level 4. And Sweatman will not be having too much fun there. Could have still gotten a Mud Golem actually, reminded this, but decided against it, it looks like. There's the first 2 Ancients of Lore coming in. Hunter's Hall finally finished down here. Ancient of One is coming in now as well, and that's the harass timing over for Anima. He's finally able to get his tech. He has quite some lumber peasants, so he should be fine on lumber. He also has some decent defense for now, so it's also fine. But still, I would say that Remind is quite far ahead. There's not much Anima can do. He won't even be able to cancel the Ancient of Lore, I think. There's too much pressure on the Archmage from all this Mercs. Well, then again, he actually can cancel it, there's not enough Dispel, so that cancel is quite nice for him. But the Warden again doing some work at the expansion. Well, not too much actually. At least harassing a bit. Blacksmith coming in as well, so the expansion is pretty much safe for now. Main base is also somewhat safe. And Anima actually getting a second cancel here as well. And it did not even get cancelled, so that Ancient Floor is gone. Anima is still finding the necessary openings here. Not sure if he will be able to cancel that Entangled Goldmine though. But double Ancient Floor is coming up again already. So Anima, even though he messed up his economy quite a bit and liked some multitasking, he's still doing quite fine, finding the good openings to somehow stay in this game. And pressure Remind as much as possible. So it's actually working out a lot better than I expected it to work out, to be quite honest. Finally level 3 for the Archmage, but it's still pretty much level 5 Warden. Actually a lot of Mercs now for Anima. And there's no Dispel against that slow, so the Trouble Circle will be dying here. And Anima really is finding insanely good openings right now. It's pretty impressive. Tier 2 will finish quite soon as well. But that Archmage nicely healing him up while he's TPing so he doesn't die to the damage over time. That was quite important right now. There we go, so far Anima is really doing fine still. Ancient of 4 came up though for a Remind. So he can finally start production. He's gonna get this stride, so there's not much more that Anima will be able to do with his tier 1 army there. But he is tier 2 already as well, so he's already preparing for the push there. 3.5k gold ahead with his expansion too. He's actually really doing pretty well right now. Much better than I would have expected. Because he just found openings that I also didn't see coming, but still he's gonna lose another TP, and this time his Archmage might actually die to the damage. He will die to the damage over time without any healing. Yep, he's dead. Because this time it was a level 3 Shadow Strike, and it was 45 damage over time instead of 30. Which is of course reduced on heroes, but Anima found nice openings so far. He somehow found his way back into this game. But still, the level 5 Warden getting another kill here. Might also be able to cancel the Arcane Sanction, even though it's being power built by gold peasants as well. So even though Anima found nice openings, now he's currently losing everything. He lost the Mud Golem and the Troll Berserker as well as his Archmage. That one actually is back through the tavern. Has to be careful that he doesn't get found by the Warden. And Remind's expansion is finally running as well. He's almost 3k gold behind. No, almost 4k gold behind actually. But that's still kind of okay. That's not the best for Night Elf, but it's also not too bad really. Getting another rifle picked off, he's just getting such easy pickoffs with that level 3 Shadow Strike. Even going for an offensive Ancient of Wonders, so you already see that Remind is quite confident here. Now actually deciding against it though, instead using a Detonate to get rid of some Bolt and Water Metal mana. And that Warden has to TP out of here, since she doesn't have any Blink. But Barret is coming in already, tier 3 for Remind as well. And Anima has to get something done as soon as possible. But he had to spend so many resources already in the early game for a lot of Mercs and such, that he's so low on gold right now. He has double heal scroll and Immol Pot already, but he's really low on resources right now, so he won't be able to get too many units at all. Actually busy killing peasants now to make sure that he gets out of upkeep again. And again has too many peasants in his gold mine. Actually just killed some peasants, but well, he's still breaking upkeep with getting more rifles and such. There's a Panda for Remind now as well. That one will apply quite some pressure. Warden is gonna get level 6 in this fight here probably. There's a Detonate on Water Metals. Fan of Nice would finish off this Footman together with Breath of Fire. And if that Warden gets level 6, there's gonna be so much more pressure on Anima here. Actually, he had to use the Healing Scroll right now to save some of his units. Still doesn't really matter so much though against that Fan of Knives. Trying to go for the Sandwich with the Militia here. But that Warden, slowly but surely, will inevitably get that level 6. Has to be careful about the Panda. No staff ready right now. Could still swap this out for teleportation though. Although that would not be enough if he would be surrounded. But the MK has to be careful here. This Animal Pot swapped it, so he's fine there. Should use the Realm Pleasure Potion while using the Animal Pot to somehow survive after that Animal Potion. Now is pulling back again, but it's 56 supply against 55. Anima has Remind, I mean, has 6 hero levels. He has the Avatar of Vengeance spawned more than enough corpses right now to get something going here. So he can go for constant harass, can just keep on killing off priests with the Spirits of Vengeance. And he's in a really, really good position here. Tier 3 is ready as well. More and more bears are coming in. No massive training yet though. Warden actually staffed out to go get some items. Or at least some healing, and not getting any items at all right now actually. Nice round by Anima. Remind not paying attention here, so his Avatar of Vengeance actually gets surrounded and dies. That's a lot of pressure that he lost right there for no good reason other than just not controlling his Avatar of Vengeance. Remind messing up here a little bit. And Anima going for the all-in push now. Even got a Straw of Protection and another heal scroll. So this is not necessarily looking too bad for Anima right now. I mean, it's looking kinda shit, but considering that Remind just lost his Avatar of Vengeance and it's still on quite a long cooldown, it's actually really damn good for Anima, but will this be enough for him? He has a lot of priests, but no Sorks for slow. There's quite some dispel anyway. So all he has is priests right now. I don't think that's good enough, to be honest. He also only has 1 Spellbreaker, so not enough against the rejuvenation of the bears. There's no adept upgrade for the priest, so those also die easily and don't have dispel against roar and rejuvenation. Protection scroll, invul pot, and 1 heal scroll is gone already. 2nd heal scroll is gone as well, and there's the GG. Anima knows that he would get completely stomped in this fight, and that's a 2-0 for Remind.